Good morning. Welcome back to the Life of Dave. It's Bank Holiday Monday. Just nipped down for the morning. So we're back down the boat. Do a bit more grinding, bit of sanding. We're going to see what we can get done. Not got long. I've just nipped down for an hour or so. I got a load done yesterday, so I'm just going to carry on from there. I've got a little bit left that I need to finish. If I can get that done, maybe start cleaning it up, and we'll get some filler on. So I've got videos to edit at the moment. By the time you see this one, I'd have probably just done the last one. So we've got all this done, all the way down to there. I've got that little bit at the bottom just to finish, just down here. Pretty much most of it done. I'm not going to clean up any further than that, because when I glass this in, all this resin is going to run down there all over that lot, and I'm going to have to clean it all up again anyway, so there's not much point getting that all cleaned up and pretty and finished and all the rest of it. You know, when I glass in me lockers and things like that, resin's going to run down. When whatever I do, that resin's going to run down there, so there's no point getting it final finish ready just yet until I've done what's going above it. But what I've got to do is finish cleaning this up here, so that whole section there all the way along to where I've glassed up to there has got to be cleaned up, and under here is all full of voids. That's a big void there, so I've got to fill all of this, clean all this out, fill it all up, get it all sort of looking half flat, because at the moment it's all bobbly and wobbly and all the rest of it. It hasn't got to be perfect because it's got to be sealed in my locker, but I just want to make it smooth. Makes it easier to sand and sort out once I get my lockers in place and I've got to tab it all in. You know, it's just makes life a bit easier if it's not all rough. So anyway, it's all full of voids. All that's all voids. There's a big hole there. So we've cleaned all that out. We'll get some filler in there, block all them holes up, sand it all off, and then we can glass it. So I've just got to do under here. So where this wraps under here, that needs a wee go over, and that bit there. Right, let's get that done. I'm going to be grinding, so I can't film it because you won't see a damn thing. The dust is immense, you know, absolute awful. That's some from yesterday. Yeah, it's everywhere, absolutely everywhere. So I've got the fan on, the grinder going, trying to keep some of the dust going out the door. I've got to stop every couple of minutes or so, just let the dust settle and blow out, you know, because it just gets too much, you know, it's nasty. So right, I'm going to crack on, get that done, get it all cleaned up, get it ready. Hopefully, if I can, I'll see if I can get some filler on today. That would be nice, you know, so that it's ready to do a bit of sanding next time and get it one step closer to glassing. Right, I'm going to crack on, and I'll come back and show you what I've done later. Okay, we are done with the grinding. So I've managed to do all under there. As much as I can get into there, it's all, yeah, it's not flat. So we've gone all over it, roughed it all up, got in where we can. There's a couple of recesses there. I've just run a bit of paper in there. You literally can't get the tool in there without grinding all the glass away. I've taken out, there was a few little voids. So we just removed where it's gone through there. Basically, I could remove the whole thing. I mean, where do you stop? You know, do I take the whole lot out and just rebuild the whole boat? You know what I mean? It's gets to a point where you've just got to call it a day and cover up what you can, really. But you know, I've taken out, like I say, what I can, where I can. So now what we've got to do is get it all cleaned up, acetoned, and get some filler on. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to use some bonding paste to go around the edges of these and fill the holes initially. Give it a little smear over with that. It's probably a little bit stronger. And then what I'll do is I'll let that cure in there. We'll have to come back and sand it, obviously, you know. And then I'll use just the normal filler, like fairing compound, to go over the top and get a sort of smooth finish over the top of it. You know, but it'll be stuck in and sealed up with the bonding paste, basically. So we'll go over all these holes with a bit of bonding paste, and then I'll sand that out. I just want the bonding paste to fill up any little glass voids, pits and bits and pieces in there, and then I'm going to build up a a few bits of glass in there, so we'll get some glass in that and build that up in layers, bring that back up to the rest of it. Then we'll go over this area with a couple of sheets of glass, and then we'll glass the whole lot in one, so it'll give it about 3 layers there. I might even go a little bit more in a couple of places, you know what I mean? So, not knowing how thick it is and how much I've ground off, really, I want to build it up. I can see this bit here is thicker than that bit there, but that needs filling to make it flat before I can glass it. I can't glass that, it's all ripply. If I try glassing that, I'll just glass in a big void there, it's not going to stick, it's not going to look nice, and it will just make a mess. Same along here, I can't just glass that in. It's all in and out, rough edges, hard lines. Looks horrible, feels horrible. There's no way in the world I can glass that. If I glass over that, it will just be voids everywhere. So we've got a bit of work to do, but we're getting there. So I'm going to get this cleaned up. I'm going to run the hoover around quickly and then see if I can acetone it very quickly and get some clodge on there quick before I've got to go. Right, let's get this done. A lot of clean the dust off from that top, working down. That needs wiping as well. We'll need some filler in that at some point. There we go. Right, we are clean. So this stuff's cheaper to buy in a 5 kilo rather than what I've done here, the 2.5. But what happened, I bought 5 kilo last time and I used pretty much most of it, but the last little bit started going off in the bottom of the can. It started going funny. So I've gone back to the 2.5 kilo. 1 kilo's nowhere near enough. You get through that. It's too expensive to buy it that way. You get through it too quickly. This is going to be a pretty quick slap it on. It is what it is. So I'm just mixing up the paste. So it's a polyester based resin. Or a resin paste. It's catalysed with the MEK. Right, there we go. Now what we'll do is just get it up there. I've got a few little holes to fill.
I don't want a thick build up, but I just want it covered, you know. This is for all the voidy sort of holes. Where I've got to fill voids, squash it in. I'll squash that in and then sand it off later. Just working that into the holes. Doesn't matter if I don't fill it up and cover it in one go, I can put some more over later, not a problem. I just want to make sure it's covered, that's all. Pretty much all this is going to need covering. I need a smaller spreader to get in there, because all this surface here is all rough as well, so I can't get in there to fill it easily. Now, of course, this is going to make a hell of a lot more sanding, but it's got to be done. I can't gloss over this. Now, I'm not expecting to get this perfect in one go, but the better I can get it, you know, the less work I've got ahead of myself next time. What I need there is a small sander, a small spreader, so I can swipe down here in a second. I'll sort something out in a minute, see if I've got something I can run down there. There. Stick some in here before it goes off. I'll fill these holes. See that? Yeah. Make sure you can see what I'm doing, or it's kind of pointless filming it. Yeah, I need to fill this edge, but I can't get my spreader in there, so the only way I can do it is to sort of get it on, spuke it on in a mega load, and then try and run it up and down where I need it. Something like that. Smaller spreader required to get in there really, but I've got nothing on me at the moment and this is mixed up ready to go, so let's just get that in there. We'll work it out. I'm not expecting to get this sorted and covered in one go. If we could, it would be nice, but I doubt it. just give us something to work with anyway, so we can run the sander over that next time. Smooth it out and see what it looks like. That will give us an idea then of what we've got left. Get over there. So eventually I'm going to have to cover the whole lot in one skim, but this is just to fill up the lowest spots so I can see what I'm doing, and I can make sure all the voids and pits are filled up and got something in there. This isn't like a final fairing to make it all look pretty, this is just to get the splodge into all the gaps. Right, now I just need to mix up another lot, and we can go across there and just get these covered, and then I can get out of here.